you're never going to get anywhere if you're chasing somebody else's sound. I get it. You hear a killer mix with massive guitars, punchy drums, whatever, and your brain automatically goes, what plugins are they using? What kind of guitar amp is that? And then you fall into the trap. Start by adjusting your mix to try and match theirs, and before you know it, you're not creating your own sound. You're just layering all these other people's ideas on top of your own sound without actually figuring out what your sound is. And here's the hard truth. When you're constantly trying to recreate somebody else's tone, whether it's Will Putney, Nolly, Zach Cervini, whoever, you're not developing your own sound. You're kind of just becoming a clone. And I say that with love because I did the same thing for years. I'd hear a sick mix and I'd automatically go into detective mode. But here's what it really does. Instead of creating something authentic, you're just chasing trends. It's always going to put a ceiling on your progress, and you're always going to be a few steps behind the curve. So think about these producers that get hired constantly. It's not just because they have great mixes. It's because they have a sound, a vibe. If you know one of your favorite producers well, you know when it's their mix. And here's something I will never forget. One of the biggest compliments I've ever got was this. This mix sounds amazing. It sounds like you. It wasn't, wow, this sounds just like Will Putney, or wow, this sounds just like Joey Sturgis. No, they said it sounded like me. And that's when I knew I was onto something. That's when I stopped chasing. If somebody's hiring you, they don't want just another polished mix. They want your sound. They want your influences, your instincts, your way of hearing things. So here's the question. How do you start doing this? It's honestly simple. Repetition and restriction. Stick with some of the same few plugins for a while. Don't go on another gear buying spree as much as we all like gear. Just work. Try mixing the same song 3 different ways. Not to make it better, just to explore your taste. And one step better, force some limitations. Just one amp sim, one EQ, one compressor, and try and work the best you can with just those plugins. Let your instincts lead the mix, not just your impulse to copy everybody else's moves. Your sound is going to start showing up when these tools become familiar, and then your own taste is going to start making your mixing decisions for you. And don't be afraid to experiment. Work on developing your own tones. If you have a real amp, move the mic just an inch to the left or an inch to the right. Put it at an angle, take it far away, put it up close. Everything I just mentioned is going to influence the way your guitar is going to sound. If you're working with plugins, do the same thing on different cabs. Try different cabs, try different amps. What I'm trying to get to is just tweak stuff. Mess around. Use presets as a starting point and then try and mess up the tone. If you're using a preset, you can always go back to it. It's always there. If you have something that you think is cool, save it, start with that preset again and mess it up again. That's how you learn. The other day I was going through some of my old songs and I found one of my old mixes. And it was around 2012 and I was literally just trying to be like Lost to Flames. And honestly, back then I thought it sounded sick. But now it's obvious that I just didn't find my sound yet. Literally just yesterday, I spent all day working with 2 new pedals I got, going into plugins, just crafting tones, building out sounds that I love. Are there influences in there? Absolutely. I love Will Putney's guitar tones. I think they just sound massive. They're awesome. So with that in mind, I started working on my own tones influenced by his tones. If you guys want a video of how I did that, let me know in the comments below and I can make a whole video of how I build my own tones out. Let's talk about drums. All these drum libraries that are coming out are awesome. They're amazing. They sound great, but they're also somebody else's sound. But use them. I do too. But don't stop there. Get rid of all the processing on everything and put them all on individual tracks inside your DAW. And then mix them yourself. That's how you get better. And we need to talk about MIDI drums as well. So many mixes today just sound robotic, lifeless, soulless, flat. Everything is quantized to hell and back, and we kind of just forgot what like real drums sound like. So how do I mitigate this personally? As you can see, I'm backwards. Right there, there's an electric drum set behind me. If I can't mic up real drums, I'll play it on there. Just run the electric drum set into my DAW through one of the great sounding drum libraries, play it, and then I have a real human played drum recording. It's gonna have its own human elements to it. Humans aren't perfect, and that's what makes a good mix so good. Do you ever wonder why old records sound so good? It's because they're all real instruments. They're all real drum recordings, real guitar recordings, real bass recordings, real vocal takes that aren't pitch corrected to hell. Everything is real. And all of that is going to add up to this great vibey sounding mix that so many modern mixes are missing. So yeah, work on your tones, but also work on your feel. If your mix doesn't have some human elements to it, nobody's going to care how tight your kick and snare are. Now, I'm not saying don't study other producers. I do all the time. I love watching the way other people work on their sound. It's inspiring, it's fun, and it absolutely will help you grow. But don't copy what they do. Think about how they do it, and then figure out ways to incorporate that into your own sound, not to sound like them, but to sharpen your approach. The goal isn't to clone them. The goal is to extract their principles. Think about stuff like why they chose their guitar tone, or why they decided to keep the vocal so dry there. That kind of thinking is going to help you craft your sound. You'll grow way faster when you stop chasing and you start creating from your own instincts. So if this video hit home and you're ready to stop chasing other people's sound and you're ready to carve out your own sound, I put together something called the 14-day mixer. It's not about copying my sound. It's about teaching you how to think, how to listen, how to trust your own taste, and build a repeatable system around your own sound. So if you're ready to stop guessing and finally get consistent results that sound like you, check it out. Links below. And remember, the best compliment you're ever going to get is, "This sounds like you." I'll see you guys in the next one.